Hi, so I decided to start a show where I can get some animation practice and also review things that I like. Not much animation yet, but maybe more of that later on. For now, I just really wanted to talk about my game of the year for 2014. My name is Manny, and welcome to Review Cats. Shovel Knight is the first game developed by a company named Yacht Club Games. The game takes a lot of influence from NES games such as Mario 3, Castlevania, DuckTales, and Mega Man, along with some newer games such as Dark Souls. The game was announced on March 17, 2013 alongside its Kickstarter, with a minimum goal of $75,000. Shovel Knight successfully created a lot of hype, not only with its trailer showing a very good classic graphical style, but also by promoting itself by using different popular YouTube Let's Players, such as Game Grumps and Two Best Friends Play. This led to very well-deserved success, as they went on to collect a total of $311,502, well over $200,000 more than the minimum. Unfortunately, the game went through many delays, falling from a September 2013 release date until June 26, 2014. Even then, the additional stretch goals reached by the Kickstarter, including more game modes and the ability to play as different characters or swap genders, were absent from the release and are set to be coming as a free update to the game in the future. But even with the delays and lack of extras, was this game worth the wait? Short answer, yes. Very yes. So very yes. But let me explain. The story of the game is simple. You, Shovel Knight, and your awesome partner, Shield Knight, go out to the Tower of Fate, but end up being cursed. When you come to, you realize your partner is missing and grieve in solitude over her. But without heroes, an enchantress has unsealed the tower and sent her knights to take over the land. In hopes of seeking vengeance for Shield Knight, you set out for the tower. On the way, you encounter all of the knights and fight them, and there's an expectable twist at the end, but the cheesy story really does fit perfectly with the game. With the exception of a few things such as parallax scrolling and adding a few beige colors to the palette, the game uses the restrictions of the NES to form a cohesive style, from the graphics and the audio down to the controls. They use 8-bit not as a crutch, but as a building block to give purpose to everything. The graphical style uses the few colors that the NES allowed to create a bright and memorable world without being tacky. The character designs are wonderful and memorable, and you'll enjoy meeting different character types from the wacky to the cool to the please never stop telling me bad jokes. It amazes me how the color usage can be bright, but not obtrusive in many levels, and just how detailed the environment can be in such a limited pixelated palette. The music is some of the best I've heard using an NES audio font, and is rightfully one of my favorite soundtracks of the year. Chiptune musician Jake Kaufman, also known as Vert, makes unbelievably epic and intensely cheerful tracks that keep you enjoying the game from start to finish. Manami Matsunae, the original composer for Mega Man 1, also composed 2 tracks for the soundtrack, but both musicians are so talented that they play off each other's strengths and everything fits perfectly. The controls are also inspired by old NES games, and by default are mapped to work as if you were using an NES controller. The game takes note from Mario and Mega Man to make response time quick and maneuverability understandable. The simplicity makes the game easy to control and allows players to quickly assess the possibilities that they have in every screen for every level. And speaking of the levels, every level is masterfully thought out. Every enemy and every tile is there for a reason. Every screen plays on your intuition, telling you where to go and teaching you how to do things through gameplay without having to interrupt anything. There are many secrets to find in the game, ranging from new magic relics to use to the large amounts of gems needed to buy them. There are also a few challenge levels where you can show you have a relic mastered, as a single misstep could mean death. All of the levels are challenging, but none of them are cheap. Every time you die is clearly your own fault, and it only pushes you to want to do better the next time around. And you should do better the next time around, because every time you die, you drop a percentage of the gems that you were holding, and you have the chance of reclaiming them as long as you don't die on the way. You can also destroy the checkpoints for more gems, but it's a risk-reward situation as the checkpoints are rendered useless when you break them. As you may guess, the currency is very important to the game, because you need it to buy power-ups ranging from more health or magic to new armor and abilities. And what's interesting about the armor is that they aren't simple upgrades, but they allow you to play the game differently or with different abilities. For example, one armor allows you to do a double-powered slash attack after doing 2 consecutive pogo bounces, while another gives you extra magic but cuts your defense in half. Personally, I use the most expensive gold armor that only makes you sparkle and have a fancier jump animation, but that's just me. Now, you might be thinking, Well, this game can't be perfect. What are some of its problems? I find that most of the problems differ from person to person. For example, some people find some of the level design choices, such as pits, are inconsistent or unclear. Some people don't like that spikes are one-hit kills, and some don't like the armor upgrades. Personally, I think the only problem that I agreed with was that the game was too short, but that only raises its replayability if you ask me. Not to mention there are new modes that will be available as a free update later on. Some people might be afraid that Shovel Knight is one of those games that only use the 8-bit style to cash in on nostalgia value. But the game has so much love put into it that I find it hard to believe. Yacht Club games use the limitations of the medium to bound together a style and master it. The musicians work incredible and memorable beats that pair with the NES palette to bring you into this fun world of challenge and reward. Adding a story fit for an 80s action cartoon brings on nostalgia, not for nostalgia's sake, but in loving homage to all that was great about the NES era. Gamers both young and old could experience the joy again, but not through rose-tinted glasses this time. As this game is new, it's fun, and in my opinion, it's one of the best, if not the best, NES game to never release on the console. Playing Shovel Knight is an experience I'll never forget. That being said, Shovel Knight is definitely a game that you will pick up and play over and over again. It has high replayability, and with new modes and updates coming in the future, I'd have to say its post-game is strong. If you haven't played this game, buy it. It's available on Steam, 3DS, and Wii U, and it should be coming to PlayStation systems in 2015. Hell, I might buy it again for a different platform. These guys deserve my money. Anyway, thanks for watching this first episode of Review Cats. If you think I should keep making more of these, please hit the little thumbs up button under the video, and you can leave a comment too. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear more from me. If you're into Shovel Knight, check out this video a cool guy named Sunder did explaining some of Shovel Knight's good level design, or share my video with a friend and let them know why they need this game. That being said, my name is Manny, and this was Review Cats. Enjoy your shovelry.